Good morning everybody, welcome back to Plant Mamacita. In today's video we are going to be going over my morning watering routine. I literally just woke up, so don't mind how I look. I've been editing all night and I kind of slept in for both of my channels, for this channel and my other channel, so it was a lot. I'm not complaining, but because they're up and they're amazing and I'm proud of them. So I'm just explaining why I think I deserve to sleep in today, even though I shouldn't. Y'all probably don't care. Anyways, today's video is going to be about my morning watering routine and how I water my babies. Today is Tuesday. I haven't watered majority of my plants since last Wednesday. Usually I plan my waterings in the early week, and so they'll be ready by next week, in the early week sometime. I'm doing it a day earlier because it has been really hot here lately, and so they're a little thirsty. So if that seems a little interesting to you, go ahead and continue watching. So pretty much what I do is walk through my room and I kind of just visually look at them all, see who looks a little droopy. Like this guy right here, he looks like his leaf is a little droopy, and then when I see that, I go ahead and feel the leaves and see if they feel a little bit thinner than usual, because whenever you get familiar with your plants, you kind of gauge how they feel when they're all plumped and quenched, and then you can also tell whenever they're a little dehydrated and they need some water. This one kind of feels a little bit thin, but not too thin, so I'm probably not going to water it yet. And I had already picked up this guy because you can tell just by looking at him, his leaves are all furling inwards, which is a sign of dehydration and it needs to be watered like soon. So I already set him aside, so we're going to be watering my micans. I also picked up my Cebu Blue cuttings because you can tell they're all curling inwards as well, so they're super thirsty. And so I'm gonna go ahead and water this one too. Show y'all, the Brazil put out a new leaf just like the other day. Really cute. Alright, and looking at this Tetrasperma, you can tell he's kind of droopy. So like if you can tell, like the upper leaf is kind of like going like that instead of like being flat, so that one's thirsty. We're gonna go ahead and get him too. Oh, excuse me guys. Oh, so tall. Okay, so set him aside. Then of course with my Hoyas, I like to water them on Wednesdays. This one totally needs water. His leaves are super thin. Princess is not that thin. This one's good. That one's good. Queen is good. Billabata just needs some love. I think it's because he's only one in a terracotta pot. Alright, oh my Bella. Let's check out Bella. It looks really, really droopy. Yeah, this one needs water for sure. Like I said, Bella's... come on. I'm just gonna have to stop holding their hands for 2 minutes, I promise. Okay. Just pulling my hair. But yeah, like I was saying, Bellas usually tend to dry out a lot faster than the other Hoyas because their leaves are a lot thinner. So they don't store in as much water as other Hoyas because they're very dainty leaves. So they get thirsty quicker. Okay, so since we got majority of what I think needs watering lined up, we are gonna go ahead and set up the watering station, which is basically my dresser. So we're just gonna move these around to make some room. Put this one to the side. Down here is where I keep my little trays. I always bottom water plants for the most part if I can help it. And I fill it up like that much. But yes, I do use filtered water, so I have this little I actually got this thrifting surprisingly, and it was in good shape. It even came with 2 little filters, but I forget the name of this. I'll put it here if I remember. But yeah, I just use this, and it really has been helping my plants that have more sensitive leaves that turn yellow if you don't use filtered water. So this has been a lifesaver for sure. usually I do my Hoyas first, so I'm just gonna go ahead and place my Bella in the water and balance it a little so it doesn't tip over. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just gonna sit in there for probably like 15 minutes. I usually like to put a timer, or I just gauge how long it's been by the time I'm done watering all the other guys. Okay, now I have my little watering can. I already filled it up with water, and I think honestly, like, I'm just gonna water on the top with my other plants because they're not so fragile when it comes to their little root systems. So I just let the water seep in, and I just do one good coat just to be on the safe part and just let it soak in. And then I come over here, and I'm gonna probably do this one next. And then since that one is in a smaller pot, it drains a little faster. Sometimes the terracotta wicks up most of the water, but yeah, look, I was moving too slow and this little mishap can happen. But it's okay, it's just water. That's why I always keep a towel handy in my room, because I'm always doing stuff like that, especially since I water in the morning and I'm like half awake, you know? So things like this happen kind of frequently. I'm kind of clumsy when it comes to water and like just stuff in general, but it's no biggie. Yeah. So this one's nice and watered. You could feel the weight is different. It's insane. Alright, I'm putting him back with his fam. I wasn't worried about this one because the cash pot it's in, it doesn't have a hole, so it's kind of like retaining the water at the bottom. But this one does have a drainage hole, and so we're gonna go ahead and be smart with this one. And I'm just gonna do a nice little coat and let it drain. And do the other side. So I just turn it and get the other side. And let him soak and drain if he has to. Yeah. It's always good to make sure that all your plants have drainage holes at the bottom of their pots. Like this one, even though the catch pot does not have a drainage hole, the nursery pot it's in, the nursery pot, oh my god, what the heck? What is that? You'll see that? Oh no, oh, it's a spider. Oh, it's a friendly spider, so I'm not worried. Anyways, yeah, bugs happen, you guys, whenever you have plants. It's nature, it just happens, so don't be frightened. But anyways, what I was saying was, as long as one, oh god, it's so fast. Yeah, okay, I just said, like, don't be frightened, and I just got scared. Contradiction. Okay. Anyways, I'm trying to take this out. Okay. So, like I was saying, as long as your plant has some sort of drainage, like the nursery pot this Tetrasperma is in, it does have, obviously, you can see drainage holes. It has drainage holes at the bottom of the pot. And so, that means it's draining through this guy. Oh, look at him. He's like traveling. You see him? Bye. Anyways, you just always have to make sure whenever you're done watering that you go ahead and dump out any water that drained into the cash pot, which this one didn't really drain too much, which means it was probably really thirsty. And so it's fine, which is good. That means majority of the water is going to a good place. I want to show you guys that it's putting out another new leaf, my little Raffi plant. So it's doing really well. I'm so excited to see what it looks like when it's all out and unfurled. I'm glad it's not gonna be leggy either, so that's super exciting. Let's pretty much go ahead and place your plants back where they were whenever they're done soaking up what they need to soak up. Sorry. Okay. And yeah, now it's probably because it's all close to the window. The spider tagged along. But anyways, the plant's back and happy, and it's gonna enjoy that morning sun. And then this plant is also probably done draining. Feel that weight difference. It's pretty insane. But yeah, and this one is probably already done wicking up. Yeah, you can see there's literally no water in there. So this one's pretty happy too. You just take it out. Oh, there's a little bit of water in there. I might let it sit just a little longer. But as you can see, it's only been like 10 minutes probably, and it's already soaked up a lot of the water. That's why I say it's kind of cool. Like, you don't really have to time yourself too much whenever you're doing this, because the plants kind of know what they're doing and they just soak up what they want and they stop drinking. They know how to cut themselves off. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put this baby back where he was. And then after this, I pretty much just go over all my propagations. I top them off now that all the like plants that are in soil are watered. So like this one surprisingly is still alive in this little shot glass, but see how the water is kind of low. We're gonna go ahead and top it off. Check this guy. Yeah, he needs a little bit of water. Should mist this one, looking a little dry. Who else? This one. I think I just topped it off yesterday, so it should be good. Probably watered this one. I think that's all the propagations. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and get to that. Okay, so I pretty much got it all set up. I made sure to lay down a towel because a lot of mishaps can happen whenever you're doing this, you know? So, I mean, you know, just water spillage and whatever. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and top everybody off. Like this. Really slow. But see, I told you, I will spill water all the time. And then that one's good to go. Water my little Zenzi propagation. And then go ahead and top off the Scindapsus propagation. Yep. And we're gonna let this guy drain a little bit because you can see the water like moving. And then I have my little Hope Peperomia propagation, and I'm just going to go ahead and mist. I'm going to show you guys what's been going on since I put them in here. This is what my propagation has been up to since being in this bag propagation. It's shot out. I put these two leaves in here, and then it shot out this new growth. Like all those baby leaves, if you can see them. They're so tiny and cute. Who doesn't love tiny leaves? But yeah, so it's doing amazing. It's been putting out new growth and I'm so excited. You can even see like a root growing right here. That little yellow thing right there, that's a root shooting out from the soil. So I'm really excited about this. I'm glad that my propagation worked. Because the soil is still moist, but it likes that humidity. So I just have my little mister here. And I'm gonna go ahead and just spray it down. Just like that. Now the bag, you can tell there's some moisture in there. A lot better because it was really dry. And now that one's all done. Now my Bella is all wicked up and really heavy, so I can tell that it's done. And when I lift it out of the water, you can tell the same amount of water is in there, and about like 7 minutes have passed. So that just shows you right there that it didn't wick up anymore since the last time I checked on it, and that means it pretty much cut itself off from absorbing any more water. So that just shows proof right there that the plants are actually really smart and they know what they're doing. So that's why I trust this watering method so much, especially with fragile roots like Hoyas have. And yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and put her back in her happy spot. And I face her usually towards the window because you could see like the leaves and the stems are reaching out to like one direction. So I'm gonna rotate it today and just face her more towards my room. I'm gonna have to stand up on my bed because I'm kind of short, but yeah, I just pretty much just rotate it and face her my way. And now she's hanging under her light and in that nice morning sun. And then after taking the Hoya out, I filled this up with the rest of the water that was in the watering can, and I'm going to be watering this Scindapsus Pictus Exotica. You can tell it's so overdue for a watering. I'm so sorry. I kind of placed it in a spot where I don't see it all the time, so it's kind of been neglected, but I'm gonna probably move it so that I can see it more whenever this stuff happens. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and look at the root system, like how cool. Probably needs to be repotted. I'm probably gonna repot a lot of stuff really soon because growing season is actually coming to an end, and I just want to get it done in a good timing so that they have time to kind of adjust. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up today's video. I know it's probably really fast, but I kind of wanted to share with you guys my watering routine. I usually do it right away in the morning so that the plants have time to absorb the water throughout the day, and actually, like, I don't know, it's just been proven that it's a lot better to water in the morning or early day rather than in the evening and night, because you could just prevent a lot of problems such as pests, because they like to form like in the nighttime when it's dark, and it could avoid like any mold buildup or anything like that. So whenever you water it in the daytime, the sun is out, lights are on, and it doesn't really give it that opportunity to cause any pests problems or mold issues. So that's just another FYI tip. But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. It was really cool to have someone to talk to while I do my little water routine. And please give this video a like if you support bottom watering, because I really vouch for it all the time to anybody, any day. Go ahead and subscribe if you like planty things, because this is what this channel is all about. And until next time, bye!